Another episode, in fact, the 6th episode of the most intriguing, factual, truth-only political show will be to me in Ghana. And the next chapter show, it's a platform to let the Ghanaian voter have a reason to vote. Yay, Iowa New Patriotic Party and the Dr. Bawumia campaign. The GDN say, or minor edubia ibia, as I say, ye share baby a drew. Nay, nay, kind of boom. Na ye twat to a drain. Ye yanti as ye baby a pese a day or manico. Na if we ne coco pem December 7th, no. Who be here say, ye ne Ghana ni bi owo Ghana ha afane nyina benyansa wo so na edi nkomo na se wo koto aba no on the 7th of December which mean who say enyina so a me wa me de kwakoto aba ne no kre ne say 7 December bato no ye between mpenimfo mienu Dr. Bawumia and the former president John Dramani Mahama. Former president John Dramani Mahama wenya ho kwan abeye member of parliament paying Onya ho kwan abeye Minister of State. Onya ho kwan abeye Vice President of the Republic of Ghana. Osan baye ho ebe say nto abama no in 2012. Na ombeyo mampani. No kre sambe kaya obeka che yen ewo IE debate 2012 say oye spare driver. Enti osea yema no kwan na ombeye main driver. Na ombo ancheche Ghana man. Omaye na so bebre emaye boshe bebre and so ye nyina be gia to mu say by the time I do 2016 no na how any amane no abebre so de abebeto ye so no enye binie and am enunti ema Ghana ye nyina agi to mu say e say to aba ema na nadan kwekufado ene Dr. Bawumia na nadon so ebene there. Mobejia to me say between the year 2017 and 2020. Noma be bree and na do danko ekufado aban etumi de bre nkanamai. And na menusunti ema yes anso to aba ema na do say onto aso na onye bi enka ho. Eno ene yegina so ema election 2020 to aba man na do danko ekufado. No crepa ne say between the year 2020 and 2024, it has been one of the most difficult times in the life of the global economy. A name you know kasi we are see na ubia a struggle because you encounter pandemic bia na yare boni bia na we are say enhu bida in about 100 years or more. In fact, abakosem chere say the last time we are say shia sa how yi in the year 1918, Arabian Spanish flu ebaye. Since then, no, now we are seeing who be beside until 2020 COVID. Now COVID the Arabian ebaye no, the how be brave, we are say afane nyina. And na meno sunti amenei, meno kase amaya etwehia we are say nyina pre say ye betumi atete ye ho, eyi ye ho efri how any mania COVID yare boni edibre COVID nsunsanso no eye bebre ebe ne se ebusuafo adofo ene enuano bebre ehwe omnkwa ebi nso ne se school nsem ana homenso nsem eka ekire manipa bebre. There were some people na nka so mo graduate earlier but COVID nti emom school nsem no twetwe saye nti na yese wo de afe baako ebi nkra de mfimienu ebeka ho COVID ema nkrofo enuma eguye companies shut down companies bebre ho a omunyuma eseye enam so ema nkrofo ehwere omunyuma ema omukọ ekokate na afie COVID ema wiase nyina mansan sikase nyina eseye basa krane se amaya omososo omumu aduru ananka nyina ebe gia to mu se nkomo de and come be other deal crown. And so only be calm. To the point to say, United States of America crown. A drew baby no. Now, on inflation, a movie cost raw now be that in about 40 years. United Kingdom, UK, inflation cost raw no be that in about 40 years. In fact, UK crowd in the year 2022, no, within 6 months, no matter some prime ministers in you, it's an say now what China draws on. Until now almost share I say, on me to me who be na. Turkey, a drew baby no, normal inflation all the way up to about 80%. Asia, China, Japan, South Korea, any Myanmar more Asia, Malaysia, I knew mu did a cranium me free ho. COVID emo to a mining over a year and more. In fact, China cried the no say still to me be mine to say next year answer COVID bebano. Enti sa Myanmar no mu did nyina ne omo ho nsem nyina enti. Yen so ebi be kan yen. De tie ne say oto normal free China. Na say China COVID inti oma shut down oma to oman ni mu omo mfidie nsem no oma teso ne ade a de tie bia ebi be kan ebe hawo inti ema normal bo eye den e wo wiase amansen dwa so a enu nti ebi ebe kan Ghana man de tie ne se ne tie bia no tama COVID ba no na yeguso a ye siesie yesikasem esiesie economy na ye nyina ye nan so yie nwie nti no krepa ne se e kan yen ho mpoporoye no epem yen se ne epem aman nyina no enso oman bia ne se ne effect no anase nsonson so enya wono so no emudro esetie. Just as all other countries are working hard to get themselves out of it no Ghana the yenso ya in the past 3-4 years ne say yebe kan ho abom na ya bomoden na ya tete ye ho efri nsonson so bone a COVID yare ebe to yen enumu ano na Russia and Ukraine for ntokwan so ebaye enyina enim say Russia and Ukraine a critical aspect in the global supply chain. Nyoma bebre ya kra ayede ye adan ho nyoma iron steel ni nyama efi Ukraine wheat esam ene nyoma normal fertilizer ho nyoma dodo na e craft Russia. In fact amayamaya ye toye mo Vietnam ni Brazil ni ade ye toye mo efi ho eba oman we mu no omo bebre omo rely on Russia for nitrate ni nyama e ombehia na omo de fertilizer enti no krepa ne say ehun sunsanso no bomb no yanto amba Ghana etuo no yanto amba Ghana eso ehun sunsanso no ebi kan eso sese na de bia meka no ye ka se kendifo papa kendini ana kendifo oye papa no enkyere se amanehunu ni abebrese ni ohaw emba kendini papa eni kendifo a so how ni abebrese ni amanehunu ba onto ne nsanko wiem na onkasa media be yodwanfunu dia mo beye bia monye enye dia mo kana mitie mintio bia dia mepese me ya na meye na mum kendini papa eni kendini aso ha ne abebrese ba otumi dia kokoduro kasa no krabusia for however na mum megidi se ye nyina kan ho bomu a ye betumi ye yin ho efrim mo kai fellow Ghanaians address na dan kwakufado eye no there was a particular day o ka che Ghana ha nyina se bibia yedru no ogidi se ese ye ma ye ni ko se ye betumi abo ye nkwa ho ban because COVID no enei ena ebinya wa ye nimu ekwa ye befa so ye besoso ano enti nkwohwe wonkwa. But when it came in 2020 all the way to 2021 no na we asia fa na nyina obi enim se ne ye be ye besoso ano enti ebusuafo wuye adofo wuye enafofo wuye Nanado told us say that was a time where he believes that we needed to save lives. Yemfa ye ho de ni bibia fam bo nipa enkwa ho ban because obi a ye hwe no COVID mbre no enei ye wo sika dan makra ye ntumi nsan for emfa enkofa ne mba na mum o kan say ye economy ni de se ne sitie bia no se kra ye betumi aye adwuma na ye tumi asan ama economy no abegya na so. The president told us, we agreed, we worked together, and we protected lives. Ghana, World Health Organization, ejitum say, Ghana eya maya, your boy home modern pan when it comes to the management of the COVID pandemic. Ghana eka ho. We saved a lot of lives by virtue of the strategies and the systems that you're putting in place. But in doing that, our economy was affected. And what we've been doing over the period is to recover that aspect of your challenges. Yeguso, yenwie, yeguso, etoto yenyama. Ye jidi se, bibia ye free, any bibia ye bedri. Si ye kaya humbumua. Ni nyina ye yakuba kone adwemba kone ye kase. Di ayaja no yembo humbai. Na ase yakwaku. Ni yenkonko didi akanechia. Ghana would be able to ensure say we get back on our feet even stronger and better than we aspire as a people. What we cannot do, they are yen to me here and they say, ye bet ye de ahopepre ene entroning kontompo ebe ma yakase ade ne se ne aye no yen sen ne yen tungu na at the end of the day no kakra na yetumi aye no kra no wan hwa na no so akwakoye den akwakoko say the best leader is not the absence of challenges and difficulties, but the best leader is the leader who, in the presence of difficulties, challenges, and struggles, has the courage to mobilize the people to work together and get us out of those difficulties. That is what Dr. Mahmoud Bawumia is promising and assuring the good people of this country going into the future. On the next chapter show, the AI say, "Yechne, they are abide way ye buy ye beto ye, they are yen ye to me aye, they are aka ye jidi say yen to me aye." Ni ewia ya che Dr. Mahmoud Bawumia eni swade hu a owo ema yen asoman ye gidi say uko take decision between Dr. Mahmoud Bawumia and former President Mahama e say wo hwe say mpenimfo mienu we omumu hwan eni e wo gidi say ode nokre akomapa and integrity ebe ye adwuma. Clearly between the two leaders there, Dr. Mahmoud Bawumia is standing tall, and that is why we believe say going into this elections, you know, we as a people must rally ourselves together behind Dr. Mahmoud Bawumia and get into this election, elect him so he can consolidate the gains we have made. Obebo and the pie to me and hobai. Na afi dia akana yin to me ye no. We to me abwa na wahwe na waye. Ene ye bedi mebu youth, sports, any employment and home common. Yaka education, yaka health, yaka road, yaka transport sector, railways, aviation, marine, and our maritime. And then on the next chapter show, we discuss youth and sports development. What has been the NPP scorecard under sports? What has been the NPP scorecard under youth development? What has been the NPP scorecard when it comes to entrepreneurship and job creation? This is the next chapter. Stay with us for the next 1.5 hours and let's talk about the facts and the issues. Aha, yen chantro. Aha, yen diatem. Aha, yen kasentia penibia. Empo, yen kasentia akolebia. Ye dia yetumia ye. No kre womono. Ine yebe kachro. Na washwe no so. Na odi atuaba. Amaye. Ebuzafo. Sports development. And just as we always do, no, ye say the new patriotic party, ye ba beimua, ye boy a homodin, essaying the National Democratic Congress. And no dear a idea bakwa, ye would jidi wumupa. And side jidi no, based on the facts and the issues. And ye emotions. Ye dear in the NDC fonso omodia, omo fambrani and fantoto. So what show omodia na so jidi say omodia no based on the facts no. Omodia na ekwe enim sen ya. What they built to me at their moment. But yet, you will GDA pass. When you look at the facts and the issues, we've done better than the NDC when it comes to sports development. Between the year 2000 and 2001, when we say Ghana, your sports and seminal, a kechi kakra, a tosin kakra, especially when it comes to infrastructure and be holding the entire sports development. And to quickly or decide, say, or be putting a lot of investment into providing sports infrastructure. Into mobile kaya within the period, you know, or constructing and or renovating several sports facilities. And mostly you'd recall that a lot of them were once and no any holding Second year Sipon Stadium, Tamale Stadium, or upgrading Accra Sports Stadium and the Babaya Sports Stadium. That was the time we had infrastructure developments. You have opportunity. You do hold the African Cup can 2008 and African FN is saying football history. I can say it was one of the best hosted shows and I say football tournament. Until Oman Peninkufo be provided all of these infrastructural developments within the period. But you better to say from that period, man said fa bibisron kubia anka. In fact, kakano ye nko muja to man say ye proye. Apart from Sa Stadium ya mabubo din Sipon, Tamale, Accra Sports Stadium na di osi. Osan so constate Cape Coast Sports Stadium. E ma wo share Cape Coast Sports Stadium asiansa ode nedwuma to ho ansa wako. Now the NPP over the period in terms of sports infrastructure and sports investment, you know, obie ni wa obetumi aka say nedwuma esen in the new patriotic party, and then I'll prove that President Akufo-Addo's remarkable effort in developing Ghana's sports sector is commendable. That was a continuation of normal Omanpenin Kufo Ebabeye. And all the sports infrastructure development Omanpenin Kufo year between 2001 to 2009, you know, from 2008, you know, from 2009 to 2016, you confirm it had to take Omanpenin Kufo Asifo to come back 8 years later before we try to come and rebuild. And that is the point I always make. Say, Madaroma, some mistake been a year in 2008. For the first time in the history of this country, let's give the NPP an opportunity to continue a third term and bring whatever we are doing to a complete finality. Sankaye to me an opportunity to a normal man peninku for year and so precopa. Ankaye koye nimu intentem sense ne be saying ya say mbribia ye ba me abesiesie ne oma no ye wi a na ye de yama ya no maba no ma be say no na ye ya se ababiem ye ba ye beba no kakra na ye na nkase ye to aso no oma say nti say sai koye chi ye sai koye biem na ye sai ba ye na etwe oma na ye den ekoye chi. And that's why we are saying that based on what we've been able to do, we should be allowed to continue. Most of the sports stadium we have to come and renovate and come and facelift them. Accra Sports Stadium, we have to put in, a friend is 2018, we have to put in a lot of investment to renovate Accra Sports Stadium. This is a news article in 2021. Accra Sports Stadium at 98% completion. Kumasi Stadium to be closed down for renovation. 2019, Kumasi Sports Stadium, we had to put in an investment to do that as well. Renovation works at Babaya Sports Stadium, Kumasi nears completion. In just 2021, now yedesa jumedie so eba eviye. It's something that na as a hard drain when we continuously have a situation where yeba ya de ni nyina ewie yebe na omoba na mabese no na hard drain. It becomes very difficult. Mahama Sports Stadium to undergo renovation 2023, and also it's something, an investment that the government had to do. Renovation of National Sports Stadium done in phases. You'd realize that for 8 years at NDC for Bayern, question is obiso mo say stadium na Omanpenin for babe sie nyina ojaye Sipon, Tamale, Kumasi, Accra, Cape Coast that obey no owie no, what happened to it? For 8 good years, no, what did they do? I nunti Omanpenin Kufo had to come back again before we come and get all of these things done for the people of this country. Now the Danko Akufo-Addo and Dr. Mahmoud Bawumia one of the things they realized was that beyond sports infrastructure now, you can't want some stadium no. We needed to build the community sports. Say mantem no. What are we doing to ensure say Ghana for baby awo bia no ubenya facility bia say o pese we engage in sports. We a young boy, we a young girl. Ah, pese we develop your talent in sports. Obet we nya facility bi na we use. Na answer na me baso no. Mo me hwe video we na mutie video we wi a na fe mama mo all the facts and the details behind the video. Mo me hwe video here renowned sports journalist Dan Kwaku Yeboah and some more kaye when it comes to sports development under Nana Danko Akufo-Addo and Dr. Mahmoud Bawumia?
Under Nanado Kwame,
yeah,
before he assumed office, now AstroTurf say Ghana yet 3 miensa. Say those days me kaipa say kotokobo African kapa. No nya AstroTurf. They had to travel from Kumasi to go and camp in Sogakope so they can have access to AstroTurf. As we speak, there were about 150 AstroTurfs are constructed.
Really?
Oh yes. Into a bus sports infrastructure Kwame and no nanchen. Where stadium na and a stadium na yekase President Kufuor C2. Nana do see 10. 6 are ready for commissioning.
Really?
Oh yes. Nanya stadium, youth centers no. And you just stadium and yabobo also. A sports complex. Into your tartan tracks, you did two America. A grass sports stadium say you eat tartan tracks if you. Any other sports, baby above volley, into like a complete sports complex.
How come say NT is answering win now?
Come say a ministry in Nankasano say we are only 10 and 6 are ready for commissioning. Come share Legon a stadium. President Kufuor started and releasing. She say it's almost completed. For the first time, Ghana warm up tartan track Legon. Apart from stadium now, President Akufo-Addo see for African Games. For the first time in our history, you are saying a warm up tartan tracks. When international competitions, athletes they need to warm up. Yeah, you be Legon. You are saying a rugby stadium Legon for the first time in our history. Kwame, Oko Botemana, you see swimming pool, aquatic center. And the last time any federations require inspection, almost say it is one of the best swimming pools in Africa.
I see.
Aquatic center, tennis court, any indoor sports hall. And these are all infrastructure about we are providing for sports alone, not to talk about other sectors.
Now, what does
Kwame, apart from that, Kwame, renovation of our stadium under President Mahama, there are 3 sports ministers, they all promised renovating their grass sports in Obianye. Muntaka promise one year. Honorable Nilante promise one year. Dr. Mustafa also promise just a grass sports in renovation. But about we are here, our renovations need now. And what's our yes infrastructure?
This is how far Nana Danko Akufo-Addo, Dr. Bawumia government is going in building the fundamentals of our sports in our communities. And critical, and crucial. And I'll come to the details. My bad details, but the point is that I realize here, we need to find a way you be making sure a region, be a district, be a constituency, be a no. You better be in sports facilities, be a youth, no better because now it's big business. And a big exports, football, athletics, rugby, all manner of sports. It's a big deal. But as a country, you need to develop it. How do you develop it? You need to provide the facilities for the people. And see, a buying start here say, provide sports infrastructure across the country, all over the country. Now we started into the National Youth Authority, government through the National Youth Authority, started youth resource centers. Now youth resource centers, your friend of youth resource center and say, and yes, stadium a bias stadium or stadium now, not the facilities we bring account to Rahwa, table tennis court, lawn tennis court, baby a share football, baby a badminton, baby a all manner of activities for the young people. A bit of tartan tracks in America was near there, and that's why it's called a resource center for the youth. But it's a full-blown sports stadium. Buying AC, buying a provider for each of the 10 regions. And now, as at the time, we know can say the other 6 new regions and also the EBA up. Youth resource centers construction begins in all 10 regions. This started in 2018. 2018, and here where you Youth Resource Center. The next one, Koforidua Youth Resource Center. This is what was commissioned recently and a few months ago. And they Obiote Koforidua where is the Biabe say this is one of the best infrastructure that they've seen in the region for years. One of the best infrastructure they've seen in the region. In fact, the recent Independence Day no krano aha and you host a full-blown stadium with all other facilities are here to develop the youth resource center ewo yendi northern region there in enti Greater Accra there ewo ho CANAL Sports Complex Volta region there ewo ho Volta region there no krano. So I think say recently we did I think that before Kofodua Independence Day Independence Day no ewo ho no Eastern region Kofodua ni ina hindi ya Ashanti region Bono region there wo Doman Hinkro don kwa on the fin ewo Central region Western region there wo Axim Northern region there ewo Yendi Upper East region there wo Navrongo and Upper West region there ewo wa. Ladies and gentlemen, this government is putting up 10 sports stadia at the same time for every region. And the 6 new regions and so eba. This must be completed. This must be protected. And then the other 6 and also must be given an opportunity to also have DS. When it comes to the sports centers, and I say the youth resource centers, this is a scorecard. The reason why the youth resource centers are important is that it helps to bring these facilities very close to the people. Gone were the days and Bibia Azuma Nelson Sports Complex, Ewo Kaneshi. Azuma Nelson Sports Complex. That is a venue for the Greater Accra and as a location for the Greater Accra Youth Resource Center. Why can't we have it for every region? And that's what the government has done. Between 2009 and 2016, the NDC did zero, nothing, absolutely nothing when it comes to developing these youth resource centers. In fact, Azuma Nelson Sports Complex, by the time I about Bemuna Atitia Pansam, a pro, today it's been facelifted. This is our scorecard. Between 2017 and 2024, youth resource centers, 10 of them in a by a put up. 3 have been completed, 7 at various stages of completion. Most of them are at about 95%, 90% completion rate. This must be protected. This must be consolidated. And then it would give an opportunity for the other new region 6 in Akano for them to also have DS. Another innovation, and now idea bakwa abai when so say ba very important, crucial, the astroturfs. Now astroturfs, the objective of government, and they say, the youth resource centers and about region B, region B, and the and the identity every constituency and now every district, and so enya astroturf. Now young friend develop a talent. So imagine every district or every constituency has a football club. And imagine every district or every constituency has these astroturf football pitches are on the also. Just imagine what will happen to Ghana football and Ghana sports and then the Ghana youth and those with the talent in this country. And unti and a buy or yeah na dream say a coin be also you be provided these astroturfs. As at the time I buy BEIN na Ghana total of astroturfs what Ghana for astroturfs do ade wo my we mu eye insia 6 insia no krampo na emu miensa eye private people there and there the whole country, the whole of this country, the country had 3 astroturfs. That is all we had in this country. And the government, Nanado Danko Ekufu, the Dr. Mahmoud Bawumia government, resolved to say, you're making sure say, our facilities close to the people at the constituency and district level. No, we are going to do it. Ladies and gentlemen, with all excitement and in all humility, we are glad to announce that this government has unprecedentedly provided astroturfs in the history of this country. Abembia and Yebida. Astroturf I watch Jankrum Methodist School in here. Alajo hey omo astroturf in here. Bremai astroturf. Look at this beautiful facility. Now our facility our community. Ebe den and a lot more Michaelisians, a lot more Kudus Mohammed, a lot more Thomas Partey. This is the Abasa astroturf. Agona SDA Training College or astroturf in here. Senchi astroturf in here. Eyinase astroturf in here. Ofuase Honorable Kojo Ponkroma. Ofuase Ayiribi AstroTurf ini Achemansa district omo AstroTurf ini Salaga AstroTurf ini Madina AstroTurf ini Madina AstroTurf udu Libya Kotesa ufa Libya Kotes na do abun se ewo Libya Kotes wo eho AstroTurf a emrante ne maba enya edi agro ini. This is our scorecard when it comes to AstroTurf development in this country. Between 2009 and 2016, AstroTurf miensa pe and a buying a provider amount on mining. Between 2017 and 2024, Nanado dan kweku for the Dr. Mahmoud Bawumia buying every year AstroTurf 114. You see AstroTurf 114 every year. They are na ewo hono miensa na ewo hono emu baako a na esese yesiesie no yaye ena they are yegusu a ye ya yenwie ya eye in progress 35 na objective ne say at least one constituency one AstroTurf nansi ya me my beloved Ekwapem North Ekropon constituency yenya ye de kama National Lotteries Authority when you bema Sami Awuku Ababesi Amayen from the National Lotteries Authority. Very beautiful interface. Ene se woko Ekropon na ubisa se ehimfa na brand to be develop your talent. We aka so yenko PT is a big field. And PT is a big field a stadium. This is what the government has done. It's what the government has done. They say all the state agencies, state institutions, government of Ghana, Obiebwa, District Assembly Common Fund, Ebwa, AC AstroTurf, National Lotteries Authority, AC AstroTurf, Ghana Gas, AC AstroTurf, GMPC Foundation, AC AstroTurf. Everybody is helping. Obia Ebwa to make sure say Abain would realize this objective of providing one constituency with one AstroTurf. This must be protected. This has been achieved, unprecedented, never happened before in the history of this country. As at the time of Bemu in 2017, na Ghana AstroTurf say we nyina eye miensa. Ene 114 yewie 35 eye ongoing. This is a major achievement. Nobody can downplay it. And as I would drive it now, nam ajinga no hono wo kwa ajinga no now do benkum so a na aka kan we drew towards former President Rawlings via. You see young people playing football at 9 p.m., 10 p.m. Light is so. Talent development ongoing. Now there for AstroTurf no so crowd say and your football name me kan kwane ye course and your sports and kwane ye wo. It is even providing the communities with locations and venues for social activities. Internally, AstroTurf weddings, funerals, any day you know, some communities are even having multiple use for these AstroTurfs. This must be protected so that constituencies aka omunye nya omode no. They also have an opportunity to get it. Dr. Mahmoud Bawumia's objective and the next chapter for youth and sports development, and they say every constituency in this country, every district in this country must have at least one AstroTurf. Me no can say in Ghana, there are some constituencies that are more than one. In Sao Madrid has about 3 AstroTurfs or so. Every constituency must have this opportunity. Or compare parties in Yununa, Bako Yemiensa, Bako Aye 150. Clearly, making a decision between these two political parties is very easy. Bako deliver, Bako Ekasa unto me deliver. And that is our scorecard. And this is what we stay. And then we know say you by this time, ebi mo bo Sunday Stars. Echena ebi mo Monday Stars. About 5:30, 8 p.m. na ebi mo bo football. Eboa ema omukro mo in the corporate world no krampo no. Onya kwan bi so etenete na po mu. Ade sa 10 kra otumi kotrete na po bo pass balls nkakrakra na wakoda anopa na wako edwuma. Opo edwuma no kodu fie 8. Otumi sansesa no ho hye boot. Eko AstroTurf so eko bobo. You know, this is how you engender. Esa o man provide this environment you mati me mufo to me enya hoto kakra. No mutumi gigi o mani kakra. Enye de bia na ukoda no wenya na attack no akwadwuma no akoda no wenya no. And the government is actually provided. And nei nkola enya playground. Enkane no nanka nkola ye pie ba bonte be nya bebi hia edin komodi agro. Edu baby na essay ye lose ni nyina recent times, children were no longer coming out to play because there were no playgrounds. There were no community spaces. We didn't have communal spaces, open spaces for children to engage and play. Until you may and they almost mantem and I say almost area about because they don't come out. They don't have safe places to play. Astro FC provided safe places for our children to engage, to play, to socialize, and to engage a lot more. At least it brings the community together. At least it keeps the young people together. It provides spaces and places for young people to engage, know each other, contribute ideas, and then ensure that the society is being built on a healthy ground. We are taking a decision on 7th December, and that decision must be based on who delivers. In the midst of the challenges, who delivers. Yawo how ne amane ne munyina no hwan na adwuma no oye. Oha na bebrese de ebeba ebeto obia ne mum between mpenimfo mienu no hwan na betime. Dr. Mahmoud Bawumia is a doer. John Mahama, His Excellency, the former president, is a talker. He talks, Dr. Bawumia does. That is a fact. And Yaminameka, the numbers are speaking for itself. Yaguswa ye kenyine na yebisa ye ho say infrastructure na yesi no krampo no, how does it position this country in the eyes of the global community? Ekwan be ne faswa ema yesisi nti yesisi wie no mfaso be ne ebenya ho so. Omampeni kufo ehya ase say OC University of Ghana Sports Stadium when we enofi aban mu painfully for 8 good years ye nyaban foforo omo wie sa stadium no, and I keep saying it it's time ye be ma ho kwan na ban atoa so wie na djuma prekope because ensonso ni bi no for 8 years University of Ghana Sports Stadium white elephant siwa efu aye forest. It took the same on Mampeni Kofo for to come back and come and complete University of Ghana Sports Stadium. Ye wie no enei you see Boteman Sports Stadium. Now I make all African games in America. Me say mo me hwe Boteman Sports Stadium video no. Ye hwe wi a me ba na ya ba beto nkomo no so. Boteman Sports Stadium.
There's a place where dreams come alive, where the rhythms of the land fill the air. Come and join us on this beautiful journey. Experience the African dream. From savannah to the deep blue sea. Feel the heartbeat of this land so free. Nature's beauty reigns supreme. Experience the African dream. Africa, experience the African dream. Experience the African dream. Experience the African dream. Yeah, we are strong and beautiful, rich in every way. From the east to the west, north to the south, all around this beautiful land. Africa, experience the African dream. So let us embrace this sacred place with open heart and a sense of grace. Experience the African dream so divine, forever in our hearts and minds. So let us embrace this sacred place with open hearts and a sense of grace. Experience the African dream so divine, forever in our hearts and minds.
Such a beautiful edifice. Anyway, what the core competition ye the Boteman Sports Stadium you kototo stadium we are finding in our hand bedi and first a bit with the second. It can compete with any sports facility you can think about in this world. 1,000-seater competition swimming pool. That is a 10-lane competition swimming pool. 8-lane warm-up swimming pool. 1,000-seater multi-purpose sports hall for basketball. badminton, boxing, table tennis, weightlifting, 500 seater temporary dome for handball, volleyball, judo, karate, taekwondo. Sa normal way nyina yesi ewo Boteman. The sense we see the University of Ghana Sports Stadium, 10,000 capacity sports stadium with the modern Mundo track. Mate say, even University of Ghana walk and you see one of the biggest rugby, is it the biggest rugby playing field in Africa? I hear. Ewo, friend say, University of Ghana. And this is what the NPP can do for this country. This is what the NPP can do for this country. This is what we have delivered for this country. This is what we have done for this country. We, NMA, you to me hosted the 13th African Games. Your man is fair. So we host the African Games and that's more. Say Africa countries in Yina be Bawumia we host. It's because BEIN provided the infrastructure. Into mobile, AstroTurf, ICC, and also na countries yomu training across the city. Stadium ICC, University of Ghana, Boteman Sports Complex ICC. We share Boteman kwanya ya ye. I ne ebie ashalebuche emu towards your friend is saying the motorway. Kwanya afe ye bie amache say ne. The investment are buying action. It's an investment that is worth protecting. I see a bomb buying. Ni so muyi. Na you making sure. Na the you say. You can't see a baby see. Your friend is saying, you baby 13th for African Games. You say, wow, man, pinda that don't join the one Mahama. I see you. I didn't know I did between I late. Former Ghanaian president urges country to pull out of staging African Games, 28 October 2022. Former President Mahama has urged his country to pull out of staging next year's African Games if it's not too late. I say I didn't hear to me yet. I say he's warning that the games would severely stretch our already precarious finances by millions of cedis. And I did to me you watch ye or mine you watch ye into me yet into a bay I na Ghana de ye no bibie no aye e betu aye intino ye ntumi nye he is recommended say senkabe ya yenja ye mayenye. That is what he said. And oboa the party for nyina no mu nyina di na chi say all African Games no kra no ye ntumi ye nti ye ntwum ye wie na busuafo Nyankopon a ompe bone Nyankopon a omma ne mba enimu ngu ase Nyankopon a owo nakoma daga na man ho o make sure say all African Games no will become successful. I feel the African Games was a monumental disaster for Ghana. Ye na de na koye no. NDC for no. Minority in Parliament. African Games was a monumental disaster. Ade na mo American man to be. Ball no man bobi. Volleyball man bobi. Badminton man bobi. Just say bibi no amu ye bi o. Mo no ye no bia wiase afanye nyina boje so say ya de. Esa ne say na mo sinka emen ye. Yenjai na aye yenti ayemo ya. I feel see you ade no was a disaster. But BBC organizers no omo boa na ya yade no ebo Ghana abaso na minority any omo leaders so te Ghana card for IOC member William Blake praises Ghana for successful hosting of African Games. IOC International Olympic Committee we are see afane nyina omo hwe meye athletics say ye ko Olympic Games ni ade ni niam no o say Ghana ya ade pa we kwan ye first wa ye hosti all African Games no na mo mi nchema de ba ko wi so de di kai o mampeni dada say ade ni yenjai yentumi nye Ghana de ya de betuma ya de papa bi anti yenjai yentie ne ye course ne ye boa ye ho ne ye ka Ghana fo nyina ka mo hu bo mu mo hwe Ghana fo course call e friend say event no edu ba bi kwa na be ye friend say recreation ama families enti badminton we be ne busuye bi no mo de omo aboa mo busuye no makohwe football. It was very competitive. It was a fun filled period for the people. And just Shekrampo no the 13th African Games no was a period of bringing the people of Ghana together. Edu baby no ye pro eduma na bankers or run the tie no we yin see no that send the car mu no we drive no we University of Ghana okoshe rugby okoshe hockey okoshe handball okoshe volleyball and so now papa say enjoy yentumi nye afa de Ghana for e sha ase say ye na ye winning medal back ye winning medal say oh ade no ka Ghana for no ka de no mu hu so mo nya de ade no mu hu so mo nya de ye ndu ba bia oh medal table no amfa say me ka say mu njai mu ntie the athletes were not ready. The God who has given us his people the confidence to believe in possibilities. Say everything is possible if you put your mind and your heart to it. That it is possible to host a successful African Games as a country, Ghana, even in the midst of challenges. Nana Dankwa Akufo-Addo, Dr. Mahmoud Bawumia, and the people of Ghana rallied together. And hosting one of the most successful African Games. Why? Because you believe in possibilities. And no, and the Ghana recorded the highest medal in the history of all African Games for us. Medals say all African Games we know. You call all African Games be medals in here. This was the game, sir. The leader of the opposition party can say to me this was the game, sir. The minority in parliament can say we ended up hosting one of the best and most successful African Games ever in the history of all African Games. International Olympic Committee for ECA. We ended up winning one of the highest medals you can think of in African Games. In Jamaica, the medals spoke for itself. Now, it is the reason why Bepemone, as we speak today, some we are aware, say former President Mahama, on to me and congratulating Ghana, any athletes no, for their performance at the All African Games. Some we are aware. It been simple that. Ahoya ben kwa, emuoya ben kwa, enibre ben kwa. President Kufuor says so University of Ghana Sports Stadium. Obeye Vice President 4 years, went to me and see one for unsanka. Obeye President 4 years, one for unsanka. Na Nana Dankwa Akufo-Addo Dr. Mahmoud Bawumia bae. Oma besi ewie. Asen akobote man. Ako bie kwan mu. Ako si sports stadium esi ho. Hosti all African Games. Osi omunjai. Almost derby. We are in difficulties, but we still need to ensure that we put Ghana on the map. Ye hosti all African Games. Yeah, no mosi Ghana for nyade eto hompe. Ye no Ghana for achieve one of the best performances in the history of all African Games. Ye bidda than we did on the you winning medal say that like we did at the All African Games. In thinka the noble thing to do. The SSA we are say okay say we did I got it wrong. Congratulations to the country Ghana. Congratulations to the athletes. Into omo call emnike yo mu wini omampeni omo nya wo citizens. Omampeni da John Dramani Mahama. Omo je medals ya are they not citizens of this country? You are fighting to be president. Won't you be president over these people? Why? Why is it so difficult for you? I didn't know. Say, ube to me, I congratulate you, Sankrofo. I didn't hear. Because they are your people. I'm your citizens. I now need GDS from to me. And you're being a Wasako Kudona, Dr. Mahmoud Bawumia and Nana Dankwa Akufo-Addo. So we understand. And nobody is faulting you for that. You have been president before. So we know. We know your confidence level. We know your belief in possibilities. Until we are not surprised. Say, now we need GDS, say, you bet me. And now we need GDS, so nobody is surprised about that. But at least, are successful. Your athletes, winning medals. Come and congratulate them. Me no say, it's sunny acquire your first one. Acquire first one, ye hosting all African Games in it. And I am reading say and draw an answer. African Athletics Competition. It's a championship. You win a bid. You win a bid to host it in 2026. You win it. You win it. Emma, abrofona ne African countries in our crampo catch and say kebeya Commonwealth Games in Ukraine and kayem bid. Why? Because they have realized, say, we did so well in the All African Games, and we have a capacity to do that. And in as African Athletics Championship, you bet to be a way. Now, Ebia Memeka, we will say Makama Nabroso. Momentie the afufro. Omo be experience all African games. Omo kafa Ghana ho.
So your name and your country?
Oh, my name is Membi Obayemi. I'm a journalist from Nigeria.
And how did you find the games?
Very interesting and quite impressive from the Ghanaian government because this is the first time they are hosting such a magnitude event and they pulled it off in this crazy global economy. And they made everybody really comfortable and we felt like
we felt like at home.
Yeah,
It
was great.
We felt like we were at home. And I was telling, few people there that I don't think there's any difference between Ghanaians and Nigerians. To be honest. I'm not even kidding. But yeah, it was a good tournament. I mean, regardless of all the little issues here and there, which is bound to happen, but the fact that you're able to host this much, number of persons, like she said, in this crazy economy, because I mean the economy is affecting almost everybody. So it was a good tournament.
And then putting the athletes and officials and fantastic dieting,
Yes.
the food was enough.
We ate well. Great. I didn't miss one square meal. I ate 3 times a day. I swear.
You see that?
Yeah. The food was
People don't we like as Nigerians we like spicy.
Yeah,
we still enjoyed it.
So Ghana needs to now, uphold its legacy for hosting of this competition, and we hope that Egypt, which is the next host, will replicate or even, surpass what Ghana has put up here. Congratulations, Ghana.
Yes.
Your visitors, omo ba Ghana ebe experience all African game. Omako, these are athletes, journalists. Omako all African games in so many countries, so many versions. Edia dance here for Ghana. Ekwan first why you host all African games. I think say ne, and you may utifie. Now we'll share videos here. Put your hands on your chest and be proud of your country for what we did with the All African Games and the fact that we are even winning, if anything, a lot more of these laurels. Now, the assurance, and they say, we will continue to develop a lot more infrastructure. Tenya, Amaya Hodo Airframe and say, Yambedini host to Commonwealth Games in the others 9 days. We need a bid to host the African Athletics Championship in 2026. Abai is committed to build even bigger sports infrastructure than we have now. Yes, University of Ghana Sports Stadium no quickly, but government is committed in ensuring that we build a lot more of such facility. Yes, University of Ghana Sports Stadium no quickly. This is the University of Ghana Sports Stadium. This is a beautiful edifice. We a legacy that needs to be protected and even replicated as other campuses. I mean, we should have the KNUST Sports Complex. Pajo Sports Stadium is developing area bigger. Senior University of Ghana Sports Stadium. No, it's a University of Cape Coast. It's a UDS. It's a University of Energy and Natural Resources. It's a Polytechnics. This is how you develop a country. Sports is a critical aspect of the economy of every country. If you do it and do it well, the dividends you will get as a country, is one that would have rippling effect in so many aspects. And that is what this government is committed to. We're committed towards building a sports infrastructure backbone that will harness talent. Ebema emebu mrantie maba omo wasa achede asunku we no omenya ebia a won be develop sa achede we. This is what Nana Danko Akufo-Addo has delivered to this country. Na ebusuafo mesiamo momenya fantu yetim say University of Ghana Sports Stadium President Kufuor ehya ase na ohya ase no wenwie ena NDC buying by between 2009 and 2016. Let us put it on record. Say for 8 years, facility awushei omujato eho emane forest. It will be use Madina to Accra Kwambia say na University of Ghana supposed to Akashian room. has to take President Kufuor Asifo to come back and the same MPP to come and complete this. Imagine, say, Anka Yama MPP to us right after President Kufuor, Anka we, Anka ye, Ama ye be so account. This is one of the reasons why we are appealing to every voter, say, come December 7th. We have difficulties, we have challenges, but our success is say your born buying. Let's give Dr. Mahmoud Bawumia that opportunity. Na kakrana ya no ombo ho ban. Na de aka na yentumi ye no onhwe no wie den enyamaye. Yanye ne saa. Omo ba ya no mo ba ombetwe ni nyina san. Ye ba na ya san so abehya se biom. Esa ema ebre ebem. Yeah, sports, you know, closely connected to sports is the general youth development. Emebun, they are the future of this country. Omuna omaida ati nyina esi omuna iso. E kwan ben e na ban e faso e developing mebun na ya hwe e make sure say abrante ne ababa bia bibia wo bia no obenya nine papa eden e gina so. Ye gitum say mrante ne mmaba emmebu na ye the backbone de ye nyina no ye momo enunti na Nana Drankuko and Dr. Mahmoud Bawumia immediately ye ba bemu ye prioritize the development of the youth, and in youth development you are looking at skills adding value to the young person. Enti education is crucial, and unti ye education you say from the KG level all the way to the tertiary level. The various reforms and transformation are buying the EBA. It's geared towards ensuring say every young Ghanaian has the needed or the requisite skills will be to make a leapfrog into the future. So no Ghanaian youth should be left behind as a result of poverty. Dr. Mahmoud Bawumia is saying basic education is now up to the secondary level. Inti one core school krano or secondary school there obekwe. And that is what this government has done. We are secondary school no or tertiary or kwakotwaso. So we could develop skills we develop skills, technical, vocational, and all manner of skills, including entrepreneurship opportunities. A young person need to be a baby in a super ejina. And the most important thing is not Danko Kufuor and Dr. Mahmoud Bawumia buying the innovation. I a pillar say. A choir mranti a omo adwempo sonko ni ideas sonko bi ombetumi nya amboa na ombetumi this ideas no aba into reality. And see there are a lot of programs and systems and processes activities are by editor akwemu. We'll talk about the youth employment program, we'll talk about the Ghana Entrepreneurial Agency, Ghana Enterprise Agency, we'll talk about the National Entrepreneurial Innovation Program, NEIP, and all those programs are buying the aba just to ensure say the young Ghanaian will have an opportunity to also thrive and grow and be productive towards the development of this country. Why any ebedi kan kan wasem? Why ye MPP eba? And you see, almost everything we talk about in this country, MPP abreso. But over the period, no, why ye assassin and sakrae bebre, but eniswade hu ba ko pe na why ye ewo. President Kufuor realize ye say at some point na emebo ne mrantie nwuma sem asay tama ye ba be mu no. So the youth employment agency was established to provide space for the young Ghanaian to work and contribute towards the development of this country, and at the same time obenya sike bi ayi ahye ne bottom nti dia why ye ne say we are brantie we don ho bedom na ye training wa na ban aboa na ya fa wadwumem na won so wa contribute towards the development of this country. Nti why ye no, it was a response. President Kufuor year no the buy to deal with the high unemployment rate MPP abambebe to year in the year 2000. And see, that was introduced and launched in 2006 with the aim to provide decent employment. And see, now the news I didn't want to be making sure say at the end of the day, a brand any ababa ebi will be a benya edume biaye. Wow, sir, or pursue all of that dreams. But in doing this, of course, National Health Insurance, you did who say yɛde ba NDC for ko ho ntɔkwa free senior high school yɛde ba NDC for ko ho ntɔkwa free maternal care yɛde ba NDC for ko ho ntɔkwa school feeding yɛde ba NDC for ko ho ntɔkwa ɛne nneɛma bebree. The point is that embra na yɛde youth employment agency yɛba no. Let us put on record, say NDC fought the Youth Employment Agency, the introduction of it. They fought it simply because source of funding, not President Kufuor Peso Kofa, nor the PIA Youth Employment. Almost they be almost penny that. Almost penny a year who demonstrations, year who near maybe almost they be NTS, yeah, ma, ma, ade, what President Kufuor can say, oh, it's it to be from me Munejuba. Until the Ebayan say, we are caller, yeah, fat talk tax, get to a bimbra, say, be a we are caller. You bet to me de saa sika no e de akoye youth employment na saa embrante dodo nyina enye dwuma am see o da bi ye ma wo mfa a friend is saying talk tax bi emba, and I'm sure a lot of you remember all the things they did through the CJA nema on the talk tax near there. Almost say they will not agree, they will not allow that to happen and all of that. But President Kufuor, just as NPP government always do, we made sure say ye bejina ye nice one, we stand firm, and we introduced SAR 2006 and YE friend is saying program, and it was a stopgap measure to introduce various employment models. I cut it across social, economic, political, religious, ethnic factors to cushion the youth from experiencing hardship. It was a temporary measure. President Kufuor Deba say, "Yeah, from granted be no money juma in training no money." Intended President Kufuor no over 106,000 young people, and under President Kufuor, you form under youth employment across 7 models: community, education, teaching assistant. Tumbekaya, why you started first under Kufuor no? Na teacher for people teachers be a no year juma na why you tuyomoka. Community police, Kufuor police. That was one of the famous models. Kufuor police was introduced under President Kufuor. Presence officers, President Kufuor. Youth in fire assistance, waste and sanitation, graduate internship and industrial attachment model, and the community health workers model. So these were all introduced simply to ensure, say, a lot of these young people are unemployment na kosroa 2000 muno na yepe solution quickly. No make I do baby no. President Kufuor my mebu nya akoye line and I'm sure a lot of you remember to register those who were unemployed, and this was a stopgap measure within that period to ensure say we deal with it. Yeah, they buy, they fought it. They said they will not agree. They will not, And then fast forward, 2008, President Kufuor the way yaba 106,000 beneficiaries. Ya former Juma Kufuor police, presence, health workers, people teachers. Ya de nyina NDC for say talk tax. Ya mpene ya mamun ya a bomb mine. Omo buy pepe. And we are happy to get more talk tax cash. No more be increase, And I keep saying it. I keep saying it. They came to increase tax now. Now President Kufuor the banner. Almost say almost penal. When they had an opportunity, they increased it. It was almost can levy, no more can we are. Kai say almost presidents. Say ya no more here. Anytime at the pape be bebo my way, they will fight it. They for African games, sports cramo fight here. Sports. Ye media grow cramo fight here. So that almost automatic mode in this the papa buy young kuntia because a bar a be kwam buy no yam penny. But almost all the time, history tells us say everything the NDC fight, almost all the time they make sure say omo ba bemu omo dada ya de kontompo de ntro dada ya na to aba omo ba ade na omo se omo penny omo ye no mo talk tax na President Kufuor de ba na de youth employment omo se omo penny NDC for buy no they increased it for two. Omo in the year 2009 no omo be year reforms enti almost sa anyway why National Youth Employment Agency no SSA no GIDA Ghana Youth Employment and Entrepreneurial Development Agency GIDA enti in 2012 no go through some review to strengthen its operations no the entrepreneurship and almost side GIDA during the period under former President Mahama no 103,360 beneficiaries and almost far under the new GIDA under 11 models. Inti models now President the Kufuor the bar 7 no almost the 4 back home. Emane 11 and I say it was increased to 11, which was a very good thing. Inti community education teachers no health workers no police no e-health assistant or environmental protection officers, some of the background, youth in Arabic, youth in coastal sanitation model, youth in fire service, youth in paid internship, youth in prison service, youth in some of the background, which was a very, very good thing. But note this, President Kufuor had 106,000 beneficiaries. Almost drop in from 106,000 to 103,360. Into almost drop in beneficiaries, money by from maybe President Kufuor, Then in 2013, Mokai the Jida scandal. Almost this scandal. Jida scandal. Why yes scandal? No more say talk tax no more pay. Omo buy and I feel the core cabinet approve increase talk tax. This scandal about more until they now they looted and shared the money. So in 2013, there was a huge scandal under the friend say Jida program. Omu chase can in DNA and crankre bikika. In fact, Mokai I confirm saga no. So that was the time I confirmed saga. Almost see Omakoton confirm omo babenye omo. I feel you and confirm almost you confirming the 2 if Ghana Eco Burkina. And confirm na yedi abayin sika akotono. And you see there's a certain thing so what is on no ka say oba ne employment or ban so be man nkoko bu nkete no aton nkoko ba amaye. Someone says that's what you say you do. Or say oba my ESCC nkoko bu nkete no watoto nkoko ma amaye. Na yenye nkoko na no mato. Omoto a na ye tonkosia na say kosia na sa na ya ton nkoko ma no so. That's how ton nkoko na say adwuma na gudu no. But the same model omo ka say omo ye guinea fowl. O guinea fowl ne do baby no ye koye no omo say in confirm na eden. Etu omo nyina akọ Burkina. We couldn't find even one of this one. So robbing the state, the case of Jida. This was May 2013. Omo via Jida. Omo via Jida sikeni nyina chedie. Omo via Jida sikeni nyina. Omo via ni nyina chedie. We cannot forget about these things. Enche 2013 yeah. We cannot forget. They stole them. Omu via mranteni mebusi kenye die. Egu Jida omu guno. Omu guno. Adia President Kufuor shasia na ekone ni mo no ye 106,000 anka bi enka oba na di bia ka ho no. Afeka da obe drop no ko 103,000. Omu sika kakra kra so no. Ugu no e diskani nyina editwa wenu. Asontaba in another Guinea fowl controversy. And confirm name kokodi omu mfendi agoka. Former President Mahama Sada and the wasted opportunity for the Northern Development Authority. Tomo fowl mine sika. So omu kwa ye mpuntu juma won off. No mo de aboa emmebu ni mrante e won off. Omu wie no omu di ni nyina omu first kan nyina idea. Omu chedi without recourse to the future of this country. But of course, after all of these scandals and sikedi basa omu go jida no. Nyamiadom NPP abayin sabaye. What have we been doing? This is what we've been doing. Into your bar in 2017, President Kufuor assigned a pija why President Kufuor and Dr. Mahmoud Bawumia assigns to pija why a Jumadirim beam. And the models in the eba ebeka. In fact, during the period, over 689,848 beneficiaries. And I had you omabeka why 689,848 in a Mabeka why. And you see, if you see progress, in fact, this is a friend is saying community police for the back when they buy and ye come. Now, former President Mahama, former President Mahama, a friend is saying the legacy, maybe a ultra chip headphones at the Makai for say, Monje Namusa and Koswani or my baby. And they, you know, ye training car you for. You see hostel a momo, you see training school a momo, training omo, momo, capital, kwakusuya ade, kwakusuya ade, and they, that is what we are doing. On a number of na on makaye for headpans, say almost fast our headpans, and concosuya no mamo. But this is what we have done. This is youth insecurity. It means a more video no mumbo youth, mumbo videos like I can hear there.
Almost 11 to 12 years here. We will fear me near to my Yamiadom. Why, if I am a shame and my pass out.
You may be brain a man, FM. me ba na me obi a me me brothers ne dan me ba so me nua mo bi ko school me to support we na de asaje koko bi a me san yeden eye ka ho nti adwuma no de adwuma aye fine eboa yen.
My aspiration is to become Director General for Prison Service, and I think all I'm inspiring for will come true one day.
Na mranti we na nkom gufia unjide se anka krono ena omubebo ana se niema emfata ena mobeye enei yebeto youth employment at 103,000 beneficiaries. Ye page mo 689,000. Ye close to 500,000 beneficiaries and ye di ababeka youth employment yi. And ye trainee young ye kai ye fo ye trainee omona ya momu sikane jete no omode si omode ayo omonua no omampenda da de nem breso no na oma a friend is saying headpan or mom headpan say omonje no mo san fanko so anema e wodwum mo me hwe de ye maka yi fo menim say wo video no ha ye mbo video kakra bi on ye dia ye amaka yi fo na nsin ye mu na former friend is omampani abedichi Dr. Bawumia eko bie kaya ye training center kaya empowerment program ano we see a dying kese pa bako ashaman bako madina osi bako kumase osi bako ewo techiman just to ensure say ye nuano mo a omode omo ha kodi kaya ye mu no ye bepe kwa bi so ne yi omo afisa adwuma nim ne ya mom nsa ne adwuma a ebetumi abo omo enti bako eba ye no obema omo head pan so omo san fanko so na oma bebre na omo fan ye kaye ye adwuma ne ye bako so ba ye o se da bi ye wo kwan bebre be fa so omo mudidwa ebetumi di omo nyoma akomo kai mu yempe ekwan foforo so na yemmoa emrante no wo hwe obenkum so a former president Mahama eche head pan se kaye fo emfanko so nyoma wo hwe wonifa so a Vice President Dr. Bawumia esi training center hostel ho ka yefo ida ho omo da ho no so omo training no aban tue omo ka whilst they are training omo training wi na aban amomo akade a omo de ba ko bi omo nnwuma na omo so etumi e de ahye adwuma kakra ase anye hwe krampo no obi wo ho a no filate e no ba be ye kaya yi wonya insane adwuma obekọ fie na wakọ akoto na adwuma so obi wo no fi Busa South obi wo no fi Kubase obi wa no fi techiman obi wa no fi sandema obi wa no fi damongo eno ba nkran so be ye kaya ye nchindi se kaya adwuma no ene sese nipa ne ye na oye kaya ye adwuma na onya 50 years a obetumi nya sisi aso anoma nti we are providing sustainable way for these young people and these young girls and young boys to survive enunti ena Dr. Bawumia ebie sa kaya ye center yi anwe hwe facility way Kaye Empowerment Training Center kama yesi. And this is what shebi omudeni, this is the room, this is the hostel bebia omoda obia odaka kwan ho obi oda store no omoda kiosk ho omoda dwam ene ya nsuo toyi nsuo muna na pra na paya onim bebia obefa na ukofa Newtown na se nsuo te na hu senia nkolai edi omo ho akɔhye rubber mu na nsuo tɔ na ɔhye rubber mu a na ubemu na wo no wo se ɔno nje hwiaseamɔ sesa refer no hwiaseamɔ headpan na ɔnfa nkɔso anoma na ɔnsan ɔntoa so nda kiosk ano na ɔnkɔso nda kaa kwan ho Dr. Bawumia se dabi ɛsi ɛpɛ kwan foforo ne kwan papa so ɛde bɛboɔ mo and this is what Dr. Bawumia has done to provide a sustainable and dignified way of living for our Kayaye brothers and sisters. Omo classroom omo su ade ni na wo hwese ne a mmaba yi ne mrantie yi train you omo ewia omo ahye omo ntarea in all the objective this year be 25,000 Kayaye for this first phase 5,000 we mu na first batch yi train you omo wie na ya ma omo bosumi bi etu omo ka na ya sa mo ho akade se omo fanko yi omo dwuma o mpe we na wopɛdɛn wompɛ we na wopɛdɛn ene anya hwe krampo no okofi a itumi ka so no so a share graduation gown a ekye se okura body ekye se osua makeup se osua soap making se osua detergent bi osua ye osua liquid soap bibia osua bia no okura ho abodi nkrata ono so waya ho graduation ekye se just as all other girls are having the opportunity, all other girls nails ne nyama nyina yi acrylic nails in the cake young girls and no mu nyina omusua. That is what we have done, and this is our scorecard for our YEA models. Look at this. 2008, 2006 to 2008, President Kufuor 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 models. 2012, 2016, Mahama 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11 models. 2017, 2024, Nana Dankwe Kufuor Dr. Mahmoud Bawumia 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16 models. 2006, 2008, 106,000 beneficiaries. 2012, 2016, 103,000. 2017, 2024, 680,000. 689,848. Ladies and gentlemen, this is our scorecard for the YEA. Now, minim say ebia yebenya YEA for testimonials be ba ko mienu bia na nka yembo quickly na yenko onto the other things.
To me, no, YEA no, aside the salary, no, what I am benefit from Eatern is more than the salary.
I make a vocational school. Me vocational school no. Na me fa challenges be brave. Me niska me de beto ovi. Me niska me de be she. It's one na me say YEA nka. Na me apply na say me adom. YEA for farm. First na me nye ejuma YEA farm no. Oyansa na o menye sika kwa na ye din. Be ma kwa be mo sika just on YEA BB and san no the scanner eden or diama. And so YEA adaromanti we yin ya asu echa.
We are impacting lives and we will continue to impact lives. The Youth Employment Agency has successfully recruited 282 persons with disabilities possessing at least a senior high school qualification. These individuals have been appointed as staff members of our agency.
I am very, very happy and grateful to management of YEA, especially Chief Executive, because in the histories of YEA, we have not employed a mass number of persons with disabilities like we are seeing today. No organization, whether private or government, have employed
toll booth. So no more toll booth no more ye juma. Ye suspended toll booth a jumentina as of juma some asay no I omni 282 no. For all of us our information no why ye a form nyina edwumemu a omo ye edwuma abosome bia why ye etua omoka. The persons with disability na no moboa na ye running na omboa na ye running e friend say toll booth no ene why ye a form nyina omoboa na. The good news for 282 persons with disability ne say omo edwuma no a permanent employment a why ye a form a why ye etua omoka bosome bia omo ye edwuma e de boa kanama permanent employment why you are former on the boa eduma. And see, we move quickly to the NEIP. Abai be who say, Nana Dankwe for the baby, Abai be who say, you will be on university, on polytechnic, or school, or idea, on your business be obey or innovation be, or will be on your obey now, on one no or Pemboa, and Abai the National Entrepreneurship and Innovation Program. A branty a baba walk in the Swadin who dies to be a yes room could be our Pemboano, a buying bebo no way training. Not why idea no a born away ship in way training wa we are no a Mosca, now Odia Quacoye. NEIP, a Jumo Moshas ye, a Bini, Yenya Bema, former Deputy Minister John Kuma, on a fair CEO for near NEIP, Yankupon, and Fanekra, and C. Ubibia or Wubia, Nejumapa, or Bayama or Mayangana. These are all beneficiaries. Sika. Buy 150,000 the company near friend Relu Interactives. I'm paying man 150,000, 70,000 useful waste. Scramble word 70,000. Into several of them are buying a more muska. Now, a brandy way, some winner minimum. We just say Neganaha, one of the fastest growing businesses, a pizza man, chicken man. This young, vibrant guy. Or not as our kind of story, no, severally. Our shall see no ye pizza. Ewo, Kwame Nkrumah University, or ye one room. Our start saying kakran. Or we school no. Enam NEIP. National Entrepreneur Innovation Program yinti o tumi de ho bedom e ma ban eso nase e ma no initial support no e ma nei Pizza Man Chicken Man abeya household name. This is some of the testament to the life-changing policies are aban diaba. Mu hu abrante no so ne former CEO Dr. John Kuma Etiho. Pizza Man Chicken Man oye graduate of NEIP. Let me put it that way. And this is a testimony. And the testament says, when government comes together with one heart and one mind with the people, a lot of things can be achieved. Over the period, several things have been done. Abai provided support to persons with disability, more ideas and innovations. Ebinye, Nanadam Kukufa, Dr. Mahmoud Bawumia, Netihoya, Omode support Emma Safui. We are tropical growers. We the Miami constituency, Miami district. Young people are almost participating in the presidential pitch. NEIP. Almost we are buying so much kakra. No more bar kwamoso. No more see omo greenhouse. If you have not logo in that way, somebody na Miami oho. I visited this site myself. Almost use technology be a friend of hydroponics. Almost the insuo in the dua cabbage, insuo in the dua lettuce, insuo in the dua carrots near there. I know almost toma a lot of the supermarket you can find in Accra, and these are all beneficiaries of the NEIP. Young guy, very young, vibrant guy, innovative guy. Idea or the buyer are or pitch ma or mampeni through NEIP. Or mampeni who say or my idea is a very good idea. And a NEIP and boom, you know, they set up tropical growers and they provided a lot of vegetables. You move a with few vegetables, be a kotoye, and most of the shops, you know, a free or more farms. This is a scorecard for the NEIP beneficiaries. Me no ka say emrantie ne maba dodo a NEIP etreni omo 267,000. Omo a aban amo musika after training 52,168. Enam sa training yi ene aban sika e de amo nti enwuma omo tumi create ene Pizza Man Chicken Man. Mo hwe ono nko a enwuma we create on my way across the country. Total jobs created under the NEIP program 103,871. This is our scorecard. Na ne kra no Mr. Mo. Aban bie ni swade hu ne se ode nhyehyeye ne ntotoye a ebema enwuma aba oman yi mu ebeto akwemu. Job creation never ends. It is always something that government must keep doing and keep doing and keep doing and keep doing. Na aban we ye baye dodo na naka but dodo na so na yaye na dodo na so de wo ho a ese yetumi eye oka employment NDC for Becca show say na ye na nyume ni ho na we this election we are going into this election on the scorecards ye mo bia ntutu futu nche ye ni ye mo bia emfa emotions emfa dada ye nko into the polls mo me yehwe during the NDC time yehwe the omo kan when the young people were asking for jobs. Even in
Accra here, somebody goes to where there are grasses. You are not just look for a cutlass or a sickle. Cut the grasses, put it in a sack, put it by the wayside for people who breed animals. Every single day, if you do that, somebody will come and buy. You don't need capital enough to do that.
But you need some skill, and these skills are unavailable.
Yeah, I'm talking about those who have that skill.
Okay.
And he said, okay, even in outskirt communities in Accra, go into the bush. Every stone you find, just lift them, put in the bucket, come and pour it there. Every day, do that for 1 month. You will have 2 trips or 3 trips of stone. You don't need any skill to do that.
So this opportunity too is there.
And there are lots of people who are...
the president says we don't have the skills.
Yeah, no.
But you say you don't need skills for
no,
these.
he was
The
saying
examples
that,
you have given, you don't seem to need any skills for
yeah,
them.
you don't seem to need any skill. You just need to know that these things are available.
Papi Okase, you don't a cabinet minister. Honorable Rashid Pepo, not a cabinet minister. Ewo former President Mahama Abayanso. Omoko cabinet. Omunsusu ye no madwi omodwe magana membu. Ekwanya ombefa so a yebenye adwuma man no ne se yebekwa kwatwa grass e de begu ka kwan ho ne yaton. Omadwe a na wo mtirim se yede benye adwuma magana membu ne se yebekwa sesa embo efi enwrem e de begu ka kwan ho. Na da ben e na obesesa ebo enya one trip efi bush abegu ka kwan ho. But that is the vision. That is the plan. Omo adwin pon, and these are the same people like omo chance on baba ministers. Omo foforo bi amaye. And this is what they said. This is what they planned for us when we're asking them for jobs. Honorable Sami Ablako Kujoto obi enu ene o twantro wo man we mu say no. Obi enu obo ne sire mu bo ne tiri mu kasa wo man we say MP we. Udi agbo be twantro to so sisi ya no wa chichira so wa sisi ya. O kasa obeyi na no so ntumi yin na no. Obi enu we say no. De bia no ne nam no kaka Sambre no na oye deputy minister of education or tertiary institutions, so university for the polytechnic. Ye kai say in 2013 ye kai say ye pe enuma ye nya nti ye pe enuma no sometime na eja ene NDC for running mate grandma Mami Jane no ye minister for education na Sami Okudje Tablakwa ene na ye deputy na ye pe enuma ye nya no or say there are no jobs for the graduates. And they or TV so no kasa as a we are saying nyina won trim. Or kasa as ndo no fi asoro ahememba ye. Or kasa as a ono ye NGG bere chiba. Asama o kache ye nie. Said there are no job for us. Oni adwuma bia man. This is what he told us. Today he speaks like he's a cousin to Angel Michael. And these same people are the ones who are waiting and saying say yentu abamomo na omo ba be Ghana to say heaven. Yentu abamomo na mo ba omba be Ghana to say wiase yenhu bida. NDC everyone say papa we Rasmu Barak no a National Youth Authority under the NDC edu because no a National Youth Authority CEO or Bibisa Emma ne be MP ne ade nyina o ka kire yen say NDC for create 600,000 jobs under Mahama. That's what they told us. Then statistical service for we guys say there be 600,000 jobs na mo kan dey mo boa. 207,000 jobs in our creative. That's the statistical service. As for this contradictions, we put here far high in baby. Omo ankasa do baby no mo contradict omo ho. Omo ankasa iti mensa. Ebe kai say enye no kre say omo creative. Inti we see creative 600,000. We see creative 270,000. We see creative 1.7 million jobs. We see creative 1.6. Government is unaware of our Black West 1.6 million jobs. Iti mensa. Emna make out. Iti Mensa, not our employment minister under the NDC. Or say, 1.6 million jobs be now Black Waka or no baby or cover free. Or no as employment minister, no on Gini BB as our. And so you hear these people sit on TV and speak and talk as if say, me say, a politician will try and throw my way pay your Kujo Tablakwa. Will try and trust you, obey try and trust what is here. No, I teach us wow. We nim from student days nim from student politics or call nooks or call CJ sa kasa then wa chechera so na wa keka niam bom embre so na sa wo kasa o meyi na no a na fe ototo papa so this is our scorecard enuma no bebre na aka esese ye bebre na wo hwa esese ba but for us in the NPP we are very confident in what we have done. And this is the scorecard in terms of job creation. 2017, 2018, 2019, 2020, 2021, 2022. The total number of jobs are buying way, akabum with private sector and the public sector and the BBI creating 2,255,982 jobs. This is our scorecard. There are a lot of people who are looking for jobs. Emrante bebre ne pe nyuma ye. Bebre na ka ye nyanya nyuma mom. But say ye pe dia waye dodoa ye jitu mu say between yen ene ya no mo de anka yenya yeni nyina nwie mrante bebre penwuma ye emaba ha bebre pedwuma ye but si ye ka pa de a anka ye be ka say ye deliver a lot more than they have. So why don't you give the NPP an opportunity? Give Dr. Mahmoud Bawumia an opportunity to take this country to the next chapter of Ghana's development and show us what it is that he would also do and add to the development of this country. And Dr. Mahmoud Bawumia say, in terms of job creation, he's going to help to train over 1 million youth in IT. Sa digital driver ye pushi nyina yi ebeboa na mrantie ene maba nso enya edwuma aye. It is very important say you betumi amma Dr. Mahmoud Bawumia opportunity na sa enwume ya o pushi a opeso de be obetumi aye abo aye den aye abo aye. A lot of the people and a year training in TV technical vocation brain year training, why don't we give them opportunity to also have these jobs that Dr. Mahmoud Bawumia is preparing for them? As Dr. Mahmoud Bawumia is expanding the industrial base, a lot more jobs will be created. Dr. Mahmoud Bawumia say, Obesity of Minerals Development Bank, I will be provided financial backbone. I'm a small scale miners. Now small scale miners, Ghana for Ankasa, it will mean sika ye here, na dia share mining mu, ni ye 2 Ghana a good year. Now in your human air day, it will emote me atre, a baswa in human baby day, a beba. Dr. Mahmoud Bawumia say he is going to ensure say Obama persons with disability enya free tertiary education. What it means then is that a lot of our persons with disability ebenya your friend is saying the needed requisite skills no more to me at the year in Yuma. Dr. Mahmoud Bawumia say Obama making sure say ye importers no niamo mo kafi abuchi no duties dey tua report no ebe bafem na any your neighboring countries no aye almost the same, and I say even lower than that. Send your beya and you know, so we a businessman, and so we do near fear butcher a cow to you and bit me a coffin, send a bit me a father draw, no wire do draw, and no better one what send a jumum, no a funny benny be a day. It is extremely important, say, Yabema Dr. Mahmoud Bawumia, sa opportunity no, now why near money dear, be day, ya ye. And nay, we've spoken about youth development, we've spoken about sports. We've spoken about government's little contribution towards employment. It is quite obvious, extremely obvious, say, between the NDC and the NPP, when it comes to job creation, we have done a lot more than the NDC. Yet, there are a lot more young people out there who are looking for jobs to do. And I believe, say, when we give Dr. Mahmoud Bawumia the opportunity to lead this country from January 2025, and the 2.2 on also be to me the dodoaye day ababe kaun aboaye. I think that going into the future, this is what we are talking about today. As we discuss all these things under youth development and employment, it is extremely important that we keep it in mind and note, say, December 7th, Dr. Mahmoud Bawumia, vote for the future of the youth of this country. Vote for the future of the young unemployed person in this country. Vote for the future of the generations unborn. Allow Dr. Mahmoud Bawumia to come and build and develop the next chapter of Ghana's development. Medase, say what spending the last 1.5 hours. Now only a dim komo ebepem sambri. Yawada 7:30 p.m. Your best chance wish ya. Like I keep saying, next chapter show yen diatem. Ye kasenti ya dipa, yen kasentri penibia, de ye ne se, ye chere dia MPP aban ye baye, ye tumia ye. Ne yama unyina swonti ya esese watuaba. Ye die, ye jidie ne se, between the National Democratic Congress and the New Patriotic Party, ye boye humodin esi yomu. But, bebre so na aka ye nyanyen wi ye jidi se, esese ye tumi ye. Ye jidi so se, between John Dramani Mahama and Dr. Mahmoud Bawumia no. Dr. Mahmoud Bawumia on ye corrupt, or dinokre, or ye competent, or wahobrasie, ne hojo, na hofama, any okoyo faso bobo ni pano, ye juano, and only leadership qualities are here going into the future. Former President Mahama on dinokre, or kasa, or dane danenano, or ye corrupt, your evidence on record say or you corrupt and a corruption a born home. Or only the only vice president the president am I a commission investigation tiano in corruption related cases. Or no pay any president contractor it will man bribe or G not contractor no woman a contract. Or no pay any president yet to be beside say are you corrupt or not or to be beside say as a human being and as a president. Or no pay any president or to me the international shame every or my in say investigation on corruption a cost of abuchiro ni dimbe mu say or your friend a government official one or ni nuanom e racket as she say any proyemu or no pay and na bemu judges at the court e ka say dia mu ye die airtime mu luti mu create na mu luti na mu share che say mo am ko shede mu na mo achechire na mo hyehyɛ na mo ache or no pay any nipa sa dwumedie no e bon no ngin di say asoman no ye pese ye koye chibiem de obeye bia wetumi aye de asese ode bo man yi bia no ye ma no kwan ma ne ye ma obi foforo so kwan no no so na dwinche ne dai so eda de timu no ono so fa beboa oman no sanipa no and Dr. Mahmoud Bawumia, and that is the next chapter that Dr. Mahmoud Bawumia is preaching to this country, that he is bringing bold solutions for the future of this country, looking at where we have come from, what we have achieved, protecting what we have achieved, and then looking into the future, the plans he has for us. We will say in the next 6 months, by the time I be didn't come out, I bet to ya, you be years and commodity, Yamia Doma, obeto in super, a good Dr. Mahmoud Bawumia, and this one, so now 7 December in Kunimdi, Ababa Yenedi. And I'm very confident and very sure, say, between some penny for me and Kwandi, and Dr. Mahmoud Bawumia is a better option and the leader for this country than the former president. Makramunina.
Yeah.